All right. Opponent's life. Garp. Okay. See how we go on this. Welcome back, crew, and we are back at it again with Ace. This time we are jumping ahead to the OP12 format, and I wanted to revisit the deck that I was using in that format because we've made so many tremendous improvements for this deck in OP11, and I wanted to bring some of those to this newer format just in preparation for when that drops. Now, I want to warn you, I've got 3 game videos, right? And because we're still in the trial phase at the moment, trying to optimize this deck list, I have actually got 2 different deck lists that I'm running in this video. The first 2 videos is running the deck list that I've got on the screen right now. The third video, I'll be using a different deck list, and I'll show you that in a second. We'll go through this deck list extensively because we haven't done that for this particular one yet. If you just want to check out the games, feel free to go ahead. Timestamps description below. Now, I did say the first 2 are running this deck list, second one a different one. However, I did think in that second video that I was running the second deck list. So bear with me on that one. Still worth watching, please. All right, let's talk about this deck list that I've got here. This was my first sort of attempt at revamping my old deck list with our new information, namely the Charlie. Charlie is really, really useful. Not sure, out of the 3, out of Hiyori, Charlie, and Viola, I don't know which one I would say is the best. Let me know in the comments which you think is the best, because at any certain point in time, I value one over the other. I love having the access to these as blockers and healing at the same time. This one is more of an aggressive play that you can play it down and load up your life into something like this that can trigger out, or this that can trigger out. But all of those healers are really good. So not sure which one is the best, but the main hero of the deck is got to be Odin still. I'm sure you've heard about Odin. If you haven't heard about Odin, check out this video above where I drop the Odin and Hiyori loop. Probably one of the first to have, well, the first that I know that have brought the Odin Hiyori loop to the YouTube. And yeah, I still feel it's probably one of the strongest combos that we can do. And if you're not familiar with it, please check out that video. But essentially what you're doing is turn after turn, you're using Hiyori to heal using this effect. And you can do it basically so long as you've got a 5 cost in your deck. Really strong stuff to be healing and double swinging. So Odin is the man. He is the one that we want. He is our solo win con of the deck. And the reason why I changed my lists midway through this video is because I noticed if I don't hit Odin, I have a really bad game. And it was as simple as that. Odin is the key to winning in OP12. Definitely. Every other card isn't as important. However, we are still trying to do our healing loop. So we probably don't need these 12 healers. I'll be honest, we probably don't need them. Still kept him in there because they can be useful in their own right. The question is, what do we want? And what I've decided is what I don't want. So let me go ahead to the second list that I run, and I'll show you what I've gotten rid of here. So what we're getting rid of is we're going to get rid of the 2 Kaido, Not as important with the Odin. Once you get Odin down, you can start swinging. I've had a couple of good games where I can pair the Kaido after the Odin, and it is a pretty strong one after the other, but you have to have enough life prior for that to work. So getting rid of the Kaido, just as a test for now, we're getting rid of the Brule as well. I really do love Brule. I'm getting rid of it. And the other one I've gotten rid of is the Kuma. And I do feel like there's room to bring him back. I do think there is room to bring him back. And perhaps if we are to drop a trigger, it may just be the Hiyori. Sorry, a healer. It may just be the Hiyori. Because we can... we can heal in other ways, and if we do find Hiyori, we can just easily loop it back with Odin anyway. Not sure about that yet. Anyway, let's have a look at the other list that I'm running here. So I'm calling it Ace Odin Kuma Loop version 2, which is ironic because we took out the Kuma. Anyway, here's what the list looks like. Now, you notice I removed 6. We added the 4 Yamato, and I've upped the pudding as well. So here's my reasoning. Odin is king. We need Odin. We've got 4 in our deck. Here's another 4 opportunities to find him. This is maximizing the way that we can find Odin. I don't think there's anything else we can really play. I think possibly we could play a Izzo Searcher as well, if we wanted to go down that route, but given that Odin is the only thing we can find off it, I'm not really wanting to go there because I think it's going to dilute our deck in other ways instead. So happy with this sort of number here. Now, as mentioned, we've upped our number of pudding, and I feel like pudding is very important into a lot of matchups. Kuzan is crazy with his hand. His hand goes nuts, and pudding can just put a dampen on that. Pudding can also do that to Bonnie. She can do it to Luffy. So many decks currently are running just the ability to bust their hand to big numbers, and pudding just brings that back. And if you can do that with pudding, then attack with Odin, you're getting through. You're doing huge damage. So I feel like this was a real key part of our strategy. So I've upped it. Now, after playing today, I'm thinking of dropping it back down to 3. I think maybe 4 was a little bit, I don't know, bit too much, but possibly going to drop this back to 3. Maybe dropping one of these, throwing a Kuma back in. Not sure yet. In terms of the 5 costs that we've got to access Ace, I also feel like we're a little bit light on at the moment. So if I'm not mistaken, there's 19 here. We've got 8, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19 in total. A little bit light for what I'd like. Now, I do say 18 sort of the minimum you want. We're one above that, but what you notice is if you tend to do this for several turns, you start to dilute your deck of the 5 costs that you've got anyway. So I feel as though I'd be happier if I had 20 to 22, in all honesty. That might be too much. So not sure. Let me know what you think. Give this list a run and let me know what you think. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I think you're probably aware of what the rest of the cards do. If you don't, check out this video up here. It is one of my latest OP11 videos, and it has all of these cards, bar the Yamato, which is a searcher which finds Odin and Hiyori, and the Odin itself, which, if you don't know this card, 7 cost, 8,000 power. If this character would be removed from your field from your opponent's effects, you may instead trash 2 cards from your hand. It can't be removed if you've got cards in hand. Activate main once per turn. You may rest 3 of your Don, important number to remember, and return 1 of your other characters to hand. Set this character as active. So you bounce your own card back so you can benefit from your on play again, and you get to restand him so you can attack again. Usually we're running numbers like 3 on him or 2 on him, making him a 10 or 11,000 power, which can swing twice. This is such huge numbers, and when you're pairing it with life gain, this is why the deck goes so well when you find this card. Let's jump into some games and check out how this goes. Alright, we have ace into Zoro here. This looks like a decent hand. We'll keep that. We're going second. And we got the Sanji. Don't like them having this, but okay. They'll be up to 6 cards after this effect. We will be up to next turn, however. Sanji into that and still hit into this, taking 2 cards. No, I think they'll just take that. So 6 here. And then they'll be on 7, 8 in going into their next turn. That's huge. All right, we will defend this one. All right. Let's do it. Here we go. Heal first. Grab heal. Sanji to complete the heal. Get rid of this problem card, and in here they take the top at 7, end turn, drawing in. Now they're at 8. Huge. As I said, huge. They've got all the ingredients they need now. Swing in. Can't defend that. Swing in again. And Yuri. Okay. Sanji. Sanji again. I think we are going to go for another heal here. Decided not to. Decided not to heal. That's what I decided. We are just going to take a life then. And drop a Sanji. All right, doing it again. No point even contemplating it because they've got this one that can attack as well. And we take. Trigger. We trigger. They did swing. We can block this one. Got to keep track of where they swing with Zoro. Yeah, it can get confusing once they start using the restand Zoro. This card here, in fact, the one that they just found. Because they can swing at face with this, then restand it, swing at a character, and then restand using this effect and swing again at face. Pretty crazy. 8 here. This is the turn we are so excited for. We're not going to be left with anything the following turn though. We're going to be in a very dangerous spot. Having a good think. Okay, they got the Mihawk. Very strong. Very, very strong. We don't want to just take, but we might need to. We can do this. We will do this, in fact. Get rid of that one. It's one less attack this turn. Now we need to deal with their board. So with Zoro, it's always this turn. It looks really bad. This is the turn we start to claw back. From here on, it'll, like, next turn's going to be the hardest, but after there, it's just going to be, every turn will be more in our favor. No block, we defend this one. Not sure what this is about. Okay. Okay. Time to heal. We'll grab I guess a nummy. We'll do we'll do an 8 here, just so they can't freely block it. I think they take. Then we do a 2 on here. Attack. They block and paradise. They just receive that. Okay. We'll just put that back here. Restand here. And I don't know if there's much point in keeping this. They can rest it next turn. Is my worry. With 4, they've got 6 left. 11. I think we just have to leave it like that. The problem is they've got the 7 and the 8 on board, so they can easily attack into the Odin if I do rest it. But we did get rid of a life. We did get rid of a card on the board. Don't like this at all. We gotta take it. They need to put at least 3 on here. Okay, they get the 4 back. They put 3 on here. Swing in. We take this one. They don't Mihawk. Alright, we gotta heal. We heal. I'm going to throw 7 in here. No, 7 here. This would be 2 cards from hand. They get rid of this thing. I'm happy to see that thing not around. We do 3 on this. We attack in here. Got to do that. Could be a paradise. No. Losing that. Okay. Plop it back down and return this to hand. Ending turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. too much. Ending turn. So we did go backwards slightly after that turn. They did get ahead there. They're taking a lot of time to think about this, a lot of time. And I'm guessing they are debating whether they go for game. The answer to that question is you don't go for game yet. You play it safe. We have, is it eight cards in hand? That's too many. That's too many to go for it when you need to hit 1, 2, 3 times to clear it. Someone with 8 counter should be able to get past. Yeah. I feel like this is silly. I feel like it's silly. We can get out of this one. Now I've only got 6 cards in hand. We can get out of this. Then we can't use Hiyori. This is their only blocker. Use effect will ditch Odin. And take this one. We'll see if they attack with Mihawk. No. Was really hoping they would. Really hoping. In a bind here. We are in a bind. Don't think we can push for game. They probably have 5k encounter. Realistically. 2-2. Test the water. And they've still got this as well, actually. We are not getting through. Not getting through. If I was them, I'd just take this. If they don't take it, maybe they're low on counter. Yeah, if they block, maybe they're low on counter. I'm not buying it, but we now don't have options, right? We do 2, 3. We've got to heal now. We have to heal now. We've got a healer. 3 to bounce this back. 3 to play this. Okay. Still getting rid of this thing. All right. See if we survive. We've got a blocker. Doesn't stop Zoro. Doesn't stop Zoro. We've got the counter though. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8,000 encounter. Let me just decipher what just happened. They threw 10 onto this to swing. They need to hit us twice, and they weren't going to get through. They quit. Perhaps they were thinking about playing Hody and didn't. Whatever they did here, they weren't getting past. I think what they were meant to do was put 7 on and swing 12 and then restand swing 12. That would have been the play. So we would have had to have defended a 12, which is 7, 9, 11, 12. We wouldn't have been able to stop this thing here is our problem. So we actually... No, we could stop this with the Charlie. So we're actually surviving that. Surviving if they took that play. If they did a Hody... Yeah, no, that was their best play. Their best play was to use this. And we were getting through. We were stopping what they were trying to do no matter what. And from that point, next turn, we would have been able to put an end to them. That was a game there. Not sure that they actually were able to read that. I don't know why they quit on the spot. I think it was just because they realized they made a misplay and weren't meant to attach Aldon and thought at that point they had lost, but didn't realize that they would have lost anyway. Anyway, hope you enjoy that one. Let us find another one. Before we do that, grab a snack and kick back because we're going to have some real chill games coming up. We have Kuzan here. We go second. We are going to mulligan this hand. Better? All right. And I might not drop that. So this is now the new variation of this deck. We're trying to streamline our strategy here. We've got 4 puddings. 4 puddings is a lot. But what it means is that we can manage these decks like this one that run big hands. And you know what they say about big hands? They do you in. That's what they do to you. Let's hit 7 here. And not going to activate effect. Just going to play Sanji down. Next turn, got Odin. All right, so we've only got one more turn before we Odin. Do we just let their hand grow here? Do we let their hand grow? Or do we heal? I think what we want to do is see how they respond to this. If they take it, then we pudding. End turn. All right, we don't want that. And already crazy hand sizes, right? We need to get our Odin activated and really quickly. Any other 2Ks? Not that we want to get rid of. Not that we want to get rid of. We will trigger this though. All right. Odin time. 5 here. 1k. $1K. $2K. Right, end turn. Wow. Big play. Big play. Not happening. Hasn't read this card, obviously, until now. This Kuzan is now all the wiser. Defending this thing. Don't want to be taken out this turn. This'll get us. This'll get us. Okay. Taking this one as well. Alright, looks like we're going to have to play Viola down. Got something. That's good. Could use Sanji now. Instead. Attack into this. Try and chip away at their hand here. Attack into it again. Three to return and a Viola. Or 2. This helps my hand a little bit. Gonna do another one here. They can easily attack into this, so I'll use this here to return this one. And then do another 8 into this. 8 into this. Viola. All right. Opponent's life. Garp. Okay. See how we go on this. Got a Garp. This is a Kuzan. No. That's good. No Kuzan is good to see. So they've got 4 cards they can attack with. Maybe this one isn't. Yeah, this one's not. 3 cards coming at us. We should be fine on this turn then. Should be fine. We can do a 2. Do we want to use our pudding? I don't think so. Eight here. We counter out of that. We counter out of this. We might even just block Kuzan. Okay. I think we protect it and win. I might want the extra attack. See? All right. Going all out here. This is quite interesting. No blocker. We don't even need this because we can just bring this one back if we want to heal anyway. Now the one is this. So it's a +4. It is a +4. I think if I do things like this to get rid of 2, do another one to get rid of 2. Okay, got that one out of the way. I want to leave 3 to hit again with Odin. I might do a 2 now. I mean, Odin should just get through. Odin should get through. I do 2 9s with Odin, and that's enough. Can't stop this one. Return this to hand. Wow. We did know this Garp was the last card. I just want to state that it did look like they could, but they couldn't because we knew that last card from our Viola search a couple of turns ago. Anyway, tricky game. This is turn 6. It felt like it was turn 9. But yes, Odin is the key, and I think this version is a little bit better than the last version posted. I've had a previous comment about we didn't really get to see it in this game, but there's the Yamato. Where is it? This is actually not the version that I was meant to be playing with. This is the old version. But what I want to point out is how important the Odin is, and I think having the new Yamato in it just ensures that we do find it. I think it's more crucial. I think our game is centered around this card. We have to be playing as much as we can to find this card. Let's jump into a game with the new deck. All right, Ace, Blue Pepper Luffy, we want second. Got a Sanji, got a Yamato, we're going to keep this. Gives us the search for the Hiyori or the Odin. Odin is the key card we need for any matchup. Got another way to find it. We're going to play this down first instead. Yeah, we'll play this first. That way next turn I can do things with numbers anyway, so it's all good here. We will counter out of this one. No, we'll counter out of this one. The game can still go into time with this matchup, so we don't try and take them like an aggro exactly. We do try a bit of control here. We're not going to be healing. I mean, we could heal. No, we're not going to heal. We're not going to heal. We're going to be searching with Yamato here. Find nothing here. Hopefully we get one here. Can't grab ourselves. Got to grab this. Taking it. All right, we are set. We are set here for next turn. We're healing this turn. Looks good. I think want to do 6 and 8. Taking that one, interesting. 8 here. They can use gear 2. Yep. Not to worry. Now they've hit. They can do Katakuri this turn, which I imagine is going to happen. And next turn, not this turn, next turn. Sorry. The turn after next, our turn 6, our turn 5. Getting lost here. We went second. Our turn 5. We will, I can't believe they did that. We will be able to use our red rock. We've got our choices of red rocks, apparently. Swing here. Very nice. Drop this down. Gives Bond Clay good target. I think we're going to see I mean, if they Big Mum us, that's going to be pretty hideous. Pretty hideous to see this back on 3 life. Not going to lie. They have a red rock. Will they actually attempt to red rock our Odin here? They might not know it. Do they know what our Odin does? Okay, so instead they're going with that hideous hand I mentioned earlier. Hideous life. Pudding for later. This is all still really nice, actually. We grab one of these. We're going to use a viola. We need 5, so we can still do, I think we do an 8 here. Then we do a 10. Then we return one of these and we do another 10. And then we viola down and turn. So pretty strong. Pretty strong turn, getting rid of 2 life. Not giving them too many cards in hand. They get their second now. They found a Zoro Juro as their card of choice. Don't know what that means. Oh, okay. That means business. This is into Odin. Well, we can't block it. But we do have a 2 here. Gotta do it, Hiyori. Sorry. We'll have to do it anyway eventually. So this one here. And this one. Don't know. Okay, they're not going to add the Don. They are adding the Don. That means no giant. That means game. That means game. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Trigger that body. All right. Got a 5. Eight. Yeah, we win. I was thinking here, if we do 8's 2 over, they lose 2. We do another 8. It's 2 over, they lose 2. But that's 3, 3, 6. Then we add 3 onto Odin. Swing, which is 11 and 11. And I'm sure they would have gone through. I guess they did that because they didn't have the giant. And they wanted to make sure they had to get rid of Odin. That was their only chance. They had no choice really but to do that. They saw the threat and they knew they couldn't red rocket. So yeah, that's it. Strong deck. Odin is a god card. Gotta play him in your ace. No doubt about that. Makes all the difference. Looking forward to OP12 dropping because we'll get this Odin at the same time and yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Until next time, guys, look after yourselves and look after your decks. And please do let me know, which build did you like more? Did you like the first build or the second build? Are you going for one with Kaidos or without? Personally, I think this is better, more consistent for the game we want. That is Odin. Anyway, catch us later.